There is an alternative scene in Newfoundland. Hardcore experimental bands have made their mark here. Inspired by the likes of Husker Du and Sonic Youth, with an ear to more commercially popular bands like Nirvana and Pearl Jam, some St. John's musicians are headed down the alternative path. With or without places to play, or even the remote whiff of a record deal, something exciting is happening here. People are surprised that an alternative scene is really happening here. I mean, generally people associate this with the Celtic connection and you know, what Roger House does, maybe some more traditional stuff with blues, etc., but are not so aware of the alternative scene. Or are they?
I think one of the most early punk bands around originated here in what? The late 70s. The Slime.
Yeah.
76 at the 77 maybe.
Yeah, might have been that.
So there's been
I was pretty young when the Slime started.
There's been an alternative scene here for a long time.
Yeah.
So this is your territory?
Yes.
Alternative, hardcore, metal, thrash. Is that a big market here in Newfoundland?
Yes, it is. We have ranging from death metal to alternative music such as Dinosaur Jr., the Sub Pop stuff, Buffalo Tom. I'm not too familiar with death metal, but I bring in the titles. St. John's has had a punk scene now for a long time, with early bands like Schizoid and Tough Justice and all that sort of stuff in the early 80s.
Music can be made anywhere, you know. I think a lot of the stuff that people have been saying since the Seattle bands came out is that, you know, you can find this stuff in varying types and forms, but the same basic thing going on just about anywhere.
Well, Potbelly's all about being slow and heavy and sluggish gut rock is what we're all about. I'm Jeff. This is Doug.
Yeah, it's definitely slow and pretty grinding, I think. This is Tony over here.
I'm Tony. Hello.
What about venues for you here? Are there enough places to play? Are there a lot of places to play?
No,
It's almost negative. There's,
Well, no, I mean...
There always turns out to be one place to play, usually.
Yeah.
Like the people from the alternative scene will inhabit one bar. The bands will start playing there. It'll happen there for maybe the course of a couple of years. That place will close down, inevitably it happens, and then it just changes course, it goes somewhere else.
Sebastian Lima, Matt Clark, and Mike Kane. Hardship Post, let's put your hands together, please, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you make of what you heard at the showcase?
It was fabulous. It was, I knew what was going to happen, but it was really nice to see industry people from Canada come down here and see it actually happen for themselves. It was great. I was very, very proud and happy that it happened this weekend here and the way that it did unfold and stuff. It was great.
Any surprises for you in terms of people that you found out about that you didn't know about?
There was one band, which is everybody's talking about this past weekend, is Hardship Post, which was amazing. It blew me away. I knew all the boys in the band, but I never saw them play as a unit, and it was absolutely incredible.
Lyrically, creatively, what are you writing about?
my past experiences that vary from munching on a little bit of sugar cane, or for maybe even biting the inside of my mouth and really creating a lot of blood. And
your iguana.
My iguana dying.
Tragic.
When it's so nice and warm down near the equator, is he doing here anyway?
You know, people make the assumption that if you're in a band that you want to make it, that you want to go somewhere, you want to break out of Newfoundland. Say a record contract gets offered to you, and I mean, the chances are that that could happen. Would you stay based in Newfoundland?
Definitely, I think. I think that it's completely feasible to stay in Newfoundland for us, and possibly just tour when we have to, for a few months of the year. Possibly go somewhere where there's a really amazing studio if we're going to do a big deal recording. But definitely, I'd want to stay here. I find that when I'm here, because I've traveled a fair bit, I feel really comfortable here. I write all the best, pretty all the music here while I'm away. It feels, it just doesn't feel the same.
None of us have any idea or any hope of getting out of here. Our hope is just stay here and to work and to be able to support ourselves. So to make records, hopefully.
We'd probably die in Toronto.
Why so?
Why? Well, we wouldn't die physically, but I think the music would die. Because I think that this is, this is it, right? This is what inspires us.
Hopefully someone will break out of here and put the spotlight on this place, because it's just amazing, the talent that's coming out. I can't believe it myself. I didn't know.